I've been trying to find a very specific episode of Aladdin, the animated series, and I've had no luck finding this episode. And I just feel like without this episode, I feel like I've lost a very important aspect of myself because this episode felt like everything to me. And I can't seem to find. I've watched all the episodes. I've looked through all the episodes I could. None of the episodes of Aladdin, the animated series, match up to the episode I'm looking for, and it's a bit concerning. Is it lost? Was it banned? Did I just make it up and there's like, did I fill in some kind of blank with this episode? Because I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try to describe the episode the best that I can. So, the episode opened at some kind of temple or something. There were two elderly men and a much younger woman, and they were gathering together and trading up different articles and documents of kingdoms and family trees and whatnot. And when the girl introduced herself, she was saying she was there in place of her father because he had passed away. So she's telling these elderly men her father passed away because he made himself sick, going crazy, trying to find any proof, any evidence of the kingdom of Ali Bwabwa. And it made him so sick and so ill, he didn't concentrate or focus on anything else but going crazy trying to find Ali Bwabwa. And the men are laughing at her situation, that her dad is a crazy man. There is no Ali Bwabwa, and it's just so upsetting. And there's a flashback of her father and her visiting Prince Ahmed. And he's the prince that was originally engaged to Jasmine in the movie, and he was in the animated series. He showed up in the episode where Jasmine transformed into a rat and Iago transformed into an iguana, and he was in that episode, and he was in this episode, and telling these two he was no longer engaged to Princess Jasmine, so he was getting engaged to someone else. So now they had to redocument that as part of the historical curation of his kingdom. And he said, she's engaged to the Ali Bwabwa prince. And it obviously struck this man as odd because he's never heard of Ali Bwabwa. And he and his daughter go straight home, going all over the place, going crazy, looking through scriptures and whatnots and vases full of papers and parchments and long ass books of and texts of all the kingdoms and Agrabah and Persian princes and such. No Ali Bwabwa. And it's just some of this episode had just been this girl concerned about her father. He's going mad and he's going crazy. She's telling him, lie down for a while, smacks her across the face. It's so upsetting. And then he dies, and we're at the current situation of her going to Agrabah to confront Jasmine and the Sultan and Aladdin. And then it tries to be something comedic where everybody's like stuttering and they think of different situations about what happened to Ali Bwabwa, a hidden kingdom, secret kingdom out of thin air. Maybe it went underwater. It's all just nuts. This poor girl going so nuts, so disrespectful to her father. She's on a mission to honor his name, and it's just, it felt so robbed because at the end she's back at home and they followed her, and Genie does the magic stuff and causes this big vase to fall over with all the fucking articles of Alibaba that doesn't exist. And then it just does because of all those papers that date back hundreds of years ago in the family tree, and it's just so upsetting. They did this girl like that, and now I'm like, it's so upsetting if this episode does not exist. Because I feel like this girl right now. Where is this episode? What happened? Yeesh.